Peace, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Today, we have Azarre Henderson once again coming back for another episode. Today is a 1 year follow up, and I'm super excited to have him back, guys. If you guys don't already know, he is a coach, a mentor, an SDR who basically broke into tech in less than 2 weeks. He initially started through course careers, didn't even finish course careers, and he's had tremendous amount of success. So you guys tune in, listen to what he has to say. I'm so excited to have you today.
I appreciate you. Yeah, I'm happy to be here. That was a great introduction, so I definitely appreciate you.
Awesome, awesome. So I do have some questions for you today, and I will be reading them. Just to let you guys know, I'm going to be looking down at my computer. Um, because I have lots to say. I have this 1 year update is super epic. I know we had a lot of great comments. I often have a lot of people just hopping in my DM on LinkedIn, asking tons of questions. I've, already been able to connect you with a few people in regards to that. Um, let's go ahead and hop into your growth on LinkedIn. How has that come about? Like, how has everything been? Give us a 1 year update as far as that goes.
Man. 1 year update is crazy on LinkedIn. So when I first started on LinkedIn, if anybody had 500 followers, because once you get to 500 followers, then it's like, okay, 500 plus connection. So you like when you don't got 500, anybody you see with 500, you like, then they doing big things. So I had like 100, 200 followers probably when we first met.
Yeah.
And now I probably got like 5,300, 54. So,
Woo!
and for everybody that want to grow their LinkedIn, is two ways. So, first of all, as she said, a lot of people reached out. Probably of them I was able to coach and mentor myself. So, it's an amazing feeling when you record these and then you just put it out there. You never know what's going to happen. And then you just get a lot of people reaching out to you that want help and you're able to help them. So, that's an amazing feeling. So, as far as LinkedIn, there's two ways to grow your LinkedIn the fastest. The number one that I teach everybody, you got to add 100 people every single week. 100 people. So if it's Saturday, I'm gonna go to. If I ain't adding 100 people every time or already, I'm gonna go to people you may know, and I'm gonna add 100 people until I hit that limit. It's gonna be like, okay, you hit the limit, you can't add nobody. Hit that every single week, and you're gonna see exponential growth. You got to just keep doing that. After you do that, you want to learn how to make content. So if you don't know how to make viral LinkedIn content that gets a lot of engagement, gets you some more eyes on you so you can grow your page, reach out to me on LinkedIn. We're going to have a link in the bio and it's Azarre Henderson, and I will personally coach and mentor you and get you right.
And also, I do want to chime in a little bit on the importance of having that LinkedIn growth, right? Because when you're initially trying to break into tech, it's super important to make those right connections on LinkedIn. That's actually like, I would say about 50% of your success has to do with getting on LinkedIn, making the right connections, connecting yourself with coaches, mentors, companies as well. Like that's a super important element of your success breaking into tech from scratch, like from zero, from the ground up. And I know that a lot of people will go ahead and implement that link that you have and the services that you have as well. You've already been seeing a tremendous growth in that regard. So that's awesome. Next question I have is what significant milestones have you achieved in your career as an SDR over this past year? And I know everybody's interested to know about this.
So I ain't going to lie. Tech sales is real volatile. Like I know sales is real. It's real hit or miss, not hit or miss, but it's real performance based. So if you get in there and you take 3 months off, they might get you up out of it. That's just how it goes. So just being an SDR, as long as I have, that's the first accomplishment, just doing that. Because there's a lot of people that never got the job. And once they did get the job, they wasn't able to keep it. So keeping the job, that's the first one. The second one, I had a lot. So they actually laid off like 60, 70%. So like I said, keeping a job, that's the first one. Then I booked like 3 meetings in 2 hours. our quota is 2 meetings a week. So as soon as you do that, you 150% the quota in 2 hours. So I did that multiple times. I done did like 3, 4 to trial in a week. I done booked 5, 6 meetings in a week. So I done had a lot of success. And I say when it comes to success, it's just about who want it the most. Who gonna come in early, leave late, build relationship, put in the work that other people don't want to put in. That's what's gonna make you successful. It's a lot of people out here that, just like we was a few months ago. But me, it's been like pushed like close to a year, pushing a year, but it felt like it was months ago. Like it felt like it was days ago where I was, in the bed, didn't know what I wanted to do, didn't know how my career was gonna play out, didn't know what the steps was to take. And now not only did I, get over the mountains, climb them cliffs, but now I'm in a position where I'm being a coach and a mentor and helping everybody else. So that's why I tell all my mentees it's like it's one thing to climb up to the top, and then it's another thing to reach back down and help everybody else. So that's what I do by giving them the roadmap. You got to break it down. Mentor, you break those two down. The etymology, you got men and you got tour. So you got to think of it like that. So that's me giving you a tour. It's like how to navigate the landscape, the road map. So it's like if you
That
give somebody a map and then you're like, okay, go find the treasure. And it ain't no, you feel me, X marks the spot, it ain't none of that. Okay, they might not never find out, it might take forever. But if I'm here, I'm like, okay, here the blueprint, here the path, X marks the spot. You can hurry up, get that job, get that money.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I myself, I don't consider myself a mentor, but it's like I tell Zeri, I consider myself y'all's cheerleader. Y'all be successful. I'm definitely sitting front row seat after I, recommend the correct mentors for you, the correct mentorship program for you. I'm definitely sitting in the front row, like, hey, y'all go, 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 get it, get it, get it.
No,
Because I
but
want to
yeah.
genuinely be successful, and that's the reason why we have these segments, just so that you guys can learn more about tech sales, about breaking into tech, even if it's not tech sales specifically, but just breaking into tech. You still can use the same mentorship and the same guidance to be successful. um so my next question is, how has your role and responsibilities changed overall since the last time that we met?
Ooh, that's a real good question. I ain't going because I'm at a startup. So you feel me? We started off, we had a really good dynamic, and I was about to get promoted to the point where I'm asking them like, okay, besides performance, what else y'all need to see from me so that I can get that promotion? They like, you gotta start speaking up in meetings. You gotta start coming up with ideas. You gotta be more of a leadership role. Like, okay, you performing, but we gotta see you as more of a leader. So I'm putting all that into place. So we had a team of like 8 BDRs. That's like the first 3 to 4 months. Boom. January come, they lay off 60% of everybody. So at that point, it was me and another BDR. I ain't gonna say their name, but shout out to her. And then she was real. She was like 20 years in sales, what you would call a cold-blooded salesperson. So me and her, the only one that stayed. So a lot of people, right? And all my mentees, I tell them like, okay, you no longer an aspiring BDR. You no longer wish you could get this or want an internship or barely trying. Like, nah. As soon as you decide this is what you want to do, your mindset got to change. Like, okay, I'm a BDR, I'm an SDR. I'm locked in. This is what I'm doing. I'm making this happen. Ain't nothing stop me. Once you get to that point, that's when you're gonna get in because you mentally prepare, you ready. So I was ready, so even though people had 20 years experience, I was outperforming them. You asked my statistics. She had them 20 years of sales experience, and I still was doing double. Like if you looked at the meetings booked, I had twice her meetings booked, and I just started. So I had a lot of success. That was a lot of fun. But once they fired everybody, my manager, my two managers, so one of them got fired, the other one got sent to the other team. They was cool, like they was good guys, like they were real supportive and encouraging. So once that switched, then I had another manager. We ain't gonna really talk about it. Let's say it was a big dynamic change. You see what I'm saying? So then
Yeah.
we done manager, get a manager, lose a manager, get it, all that. So it's done been a roller coaster ride for sure. But once you get, I say 3 months in, recruiters start reaching out to me. Then once you get like 6 to 12 months in, and now you a prime candidate for any BDR role. Because you really think about AE once you get to You feel me? A year, 2 years experience.
Now, let me just go ahead for those of you who did not watch the first video, who did not catch the first part of this. I just want to do a quick recap because it's crazy what he's saying right now. Like, this should literally blow your mind. Azari does not, he did not go to school for this. He actually went to school. Was it for like IT?
Yeah,
A degree in IT. He has a degree in
yeah.
IT, y'all. This is insane. Like, it was not working out for him. He went to college, spent all that money, was not able to land a job in his field. And I bring that up to say because a lot of people think that you need to have a degree to do this work. You do not have to have a degree to do this. You don't have to have experience. You don't have to have a degree. If a lot of people come to tech sales, a lot of people come and do course careers and end up getting great mentorship and being successful with zero experience and zero education, or they either do that coming from a background where they went to college for something completely different, like in his case, IT. In another case, in mine, the medical field. A lot of people, psychology degree, all type of different degrees, coming from different backgrounds, done spent all that money, and now you're pivoting into something totally different that you don't have to pay college money for. You didn't even finish the course. You broke into tech in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, broke into tech sales. So I just wanted to add that in there so you guys can really understand the dynamic of what we're talking about and how you really can attain, like, this success really is attainable. What new skills would you say you've actually acquired or honed in the past year? So like skills wise, what do you feel like you've improved on in the past year?
First thing is like you said, like I wasn't doing this, so I had got my IT degree. And when you got your IT degree, they want you to have family certifications, work experience, outside projects, degree, Nobel Peace Prize. They want you to have all this stuff before you can even get that interview. And it's like, okay, that's cool and everything, but everybody don't got experience already, so you got to kind of finesse it. But with tech sales, all you gotta do is do course creators. So I done did all type of jobs. I probably done had 10 to 20 jobs. I was a lifeguard. I worked at Chick-fil-A, Qdoba, gas station. I was a server. I did all type of stuff. Like you said, I was working. I wasn't no car salesman, but I
Oh,
was working at. No, you good. You close though. You close. I was working at Nissan, Infinity, and
oh, okay.
Mercedes. I was
Ooh,
basically a manager, like a valet manager. So I was a manager, but you feel me? Put it like this. Now, for everybody that's watching, here's some free game for y'all. So that's another thing. Like, technically my job title was account manager, but if I wanted to gear that towards tech sales, I could put business development manager because it's the same thing. I'm developing the business. So to answer your question, though, as far as your question was, what changed?
what were the biggest challenges you faced as an SDR?
Be real, selling a product that I wasn't passionate about. So you got two methods or
That makes sense.
methodology that you can take to approach when it comes to breaking into tech sales. Your first one is like, okay, I'm gonna value myself and wait for the right opportunity. Now I got mentees that they done had experience where okay, you get a 50K base, 80K OTE. They like, oh my homegirl, she got a 70K base, so they didn't take it. Now 6 months later, they still don't got no job. So if you gonna take that high road, you're gonna take the route where you like, nah, I don't just want any job. I'm gonna make sure I get the perfect job. You better be going 2, 3 times as hard to make sure that you get that perfect job. Now, the other method is kind of what I said, what you call the struggle rule. So my rule is it's it's what you call not having a product market fit. So when you find in a company a product market fit is the most important thing. A product market fit means do people want this stuff? It's that simple. Anyone gonna call and people actually need the stuff? Do they care about it? Do they, you know? So that's what a product market fit is. So you can go on RepView. So I actually had interviews at companies like Owner, where they got the number one, like they got the number one product market fit. I think I made it to like the third round. I had an interview with Brightwheel where I reached out to people. They told me they make 150K. So that's the challenge is just working a role where it was a perfect role, like break in the tech and get some experience under my belt. But now I'm ready to elevate and take off.
That's so real because it's like even in my case, like when I first connected with you, I was able to land a role, and that was gonna be my next question, but just bear with me. I'm gonna just skip ahead a little
I feel
bit. So
like
the
we skipped one. Did we skip one?
uh
I feel like you asked me something that I was like, "Would you ask me?" Did you ask me the next one? I could be
no, it's
tripping though.
okay.
Okay,
I don't
cool.
I don't know if I skipped one.
We good though.
But
Yeah,
I
just
did
keep
want to
moving.
get to this part where I talked about your mentees though.
Yeah.
Um my next question is going to be how have your mentees performed? But I was like going ahead of myself because I was getting ready to say what you just said is so real. Because, and I'm going to actually answer my own question: how have your mentees performed over the past year? Because I was one of your mentees, and after
Yeah.
meeting with you, I was able to land a role in a week. Like literally after telling you, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know how this is gonna play out. I think I should just go back to recruiting. And then within the week, I was able to land a role. Now, going back to what you said about starting with the opportunities that are in front of you is the challenge. That is exactly my perspective because I started out where I could at that moment, even though I was able to most recently elevate into a different situation, a better situation. You do have to
Yeah, bro.
initially take that stepping stone and just don't worry about the pay. Don't worry about that because initially you need all of the experience that they're going to give you. And you're getting paid for it. And keep in mind, in this industry, these are high dollar sales. These are high value sales. Is again, it's not like, you're just selling a little item. These are high value sales, high dollar sales. Once you get that experience behind your belt, you you pretty much set. Like then you can go and ask, like he said, he's getting 150K offers a year. And that's only 1 year in, y'all. So that is super amazing.
That really was 6 months. I ain't gonna even count. Like that
What?
was 6 months in. Yeah, yeah, that
That's
was 6 months. I
that's
fumbled that one, but it. So as far as feedback for that one, though, basically it's two quick tips I'm finna give y'all. You just regain little nuggets. So it's I probably got 1,000 of these. No, I ain't gonna say 1,000. That might be but like 200. Like I got a whole bunch of these. So when it comes to tricks, tips, pointers, secrets, free game in order to get into. So first one, when you answering questions in an interview, do not be like vague. You want to be very detailed and descriptive, and you want to break it down, right? So if they ask like, okay, what did I say for it? So she came in and said like, how my name's I ain't gonna say her name, but she's like, how my name's da da da. Da, 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 da. And she was just talking real fast. I'm like, dang, this is gonna be an easy interview. Like she doing all the talking for me. I'm chilling. So then I'm talking right. And the way I got my interview planned up, I got both my pieces of paper with all the stuff I'm gonna say and all that. My plan on a prepared study. I just gotta perform. So I'm okay, I'm ready. Next thing you know, she getting that, oh, what did I say at the beginning? Like, what did I say he's gonna be doing for the role? I was like, huh? I was a little froze. I was froze. So I just gave a vague answer like, oh, cold calling, cold emailing, and if we got other meetings and doing this, that. At the end of the interview, I asked her, I was like, is there anything that would stop me from moving forward in the interview process? She was like, oh, we got Donald. That's a fake name. She'll say Donald. We got Donald. He's really great. We're usually really good at that. So he'll be right with you in the next couple of days. And, we're really good at that. So didn't get that one right. But if I would have asked her, is there anything I can clarify or elaborate on that would stop me from getting this job offer? That would have been a more eloquent, you feel me, advantageous way to structure that question. So if you would have structured it like that, then she could have been like, "Oh yeah, you were too vague. You weren't detailed enough in your answer." Then you could have capitalized off of that and fixed it. So yeah, that was my biggest challenge. It's just the role itself, but it was a great experience. It was fun. Like I love what I do, but having something that's like I said, I'm not interviewing at companies with the number one product market fit. Mine was like on the other side of the spectrum.
and you know what? These interviews, whoo, you literally do have to write down everything and
Oh
have
yeah,
like
and I'm sorry to interrupt you, and I'm in the sixth round. I just did my sixth round for an AE interview. This is my second AE interview. So give me prayers. I'm hoping I get that one. Like, y'all don't even know how much. I don't really get nervous. Boom. So we right back. It cut off. I don't know what just happened, but we right back into it. So it's still recording, so we all good. But yeah, I was telling y'all how I had a six round. I'm gonna say that the company know a lot, but let's just say it's an animation software where basically you get to create animated movies, and they get to use that for marketing, content, educational purposes, training, onboarding. So it's crazy. Like a year ago, if you would have told me I was gonna be interviewing in a six round interview for an AE position at a company where a product as cool as this, I would have never pictured in a million years. If you would have asked me when I was younger, I would have never been like, oh, I want to do this. Like people don't be knowing what they want to do when they're younger. And this is type of stuff that just like God just aligning you, and it's just God plan and destiny, fate, and it just line up like that. And you can't even plan for it. So just
Yeah,
keep doing your best. If tech sales is the route for you, and you know you got the best coach right here. Reach out to me. Hey, look, I don't care if you got $1 to your name. I don't care if you homeless. I got free tier. Like I got anything that you want. When it comes to tech sales, reach out to me and I'm gonna help you out. I'm gonna get y'all right.
absolutely, absolutely. And like I said, I am a testimony of that. But aside from myself, do you want to go ahead and share some more success stories? Do you have any other success stories that you would like to share?
That's a very good question. So if y'all go to my LinkedIn, it's gonna be linked in the description. Success story after success story after success story. Now I ain't gonna share all of them, but I will share a couple off the top of the head, and I'm not gonna say they names, but it was a 20. We just gonna say Shamika. We're gonna say we don't run with that name. Shamika was 23 years old, living with her parents, had $20,000 saved up, was working at Starbucks. Met me, had her interview the next day. I taught her everything, how to optimize her resume, how to optimize her LinkedIn, what to say in the interview, how to prepare, what questions to ask, everything. She interviewed the next day, had a role at Gartner. So Gartner, they got 2 million followers on LinkedIn. That's a very good, big company where you can have internal mobility, get promoted, have career progression, move up, do good. So she got that the next day. 2 weeks later, she flew out. She was like, I'm about to move to Houston and Dallas, depending on which one I can get a job in. She got that job, flew right out to Dallas. And then, it's like happy ever after. She living her dream life. She in her state. She where she want to be a day after meeting me. Another one, her name, we going to say Tasha. She, 2 months after meeting me, landed an AE role at Haibu. So that's the average OTE for a BDR is 90K, but an AE is 180K. So that's a bad. Then we got another one we're gonna say Trisha. She was actually, and these three just happen to be women I got male. Go to my LinkedIn, look at my recommendations, just start reading through them, they speak for themselves. This last one, we're gonna say her name is Trisha. She actually reached out to me. She was so grinding so hard, and she would reach out to me. We'd be on FaceTime, and she'd have her kid with her, have her kid on a Teams call, and she was a teacher, underpaid, struggling. Reached out to me. We was talking on LinkedIn, FaceTime, real connected. I'm real supportive and encouraging, and close like that. I got one of my mentees today just called me and vent about some girl stealing her sale. Like that's how it be. So reach out to me whatever you need. She reached out to me 2 months later. She got her role. And not only did she get her role, I taught her how to negotiate her role to where she got a 58 base. Then she negotiated that and got a 64 base. So it's usually a 50-50 split. I mean, if she had a 64 base, she right there close to 120, 130K. 2 months after me reaching out, and I got her right.
That's amazing. That's super amazing.
Tia sitting right in front of you. She reached out to me. She was like, I want to be a recruiter. I don't see no success stories. I don't want to do tech sales. I seen a day in the life and I ain't like how I look. She was over with. I met her,
Yes,
locked in. We
hilarious.
real close now. Like I talk to her all the time, but before this, we wasn't close. So random on LinkedIn, we just reached out to her. So remember that I tell all my mentees, LinkedIn is like $1 million just sitting in your hand. So just remember that. So I reached out to her. She completely sold on the fact that she no longer want. I think she was like 8 months more, maybe even more after course career. Locked in with her, taught her everything. A week or two later, had that sales role. Now it wasn't. It was like a high value. She wasn't really feeling it, but
Mhm.
got her another
It was
one.
medical
Locked
stuff.
her in.
It was
Shout
medical stuff.
out.
And
Oh,
that's why I tell people like get in wherever you can that's gonna be relatable to the position because I was able to use that role to land the account executive role that I have now. And it's funny because I was actually neck and neck receiving two different opportunities at the same time, neck and neck. The thing that separated the two roles is that at this particular time in my life, I needed to have that 100% mobility, that 100% remote lifestyle where I can work from wherever just because of what what I have going on personally in my life. That's what I'm saying. You have to get with the right mentorship you have to get because you will be able to have multiple opportunities on the table and be like, wow, like I actually have to do my pros and cons and actually choose. Like you actually have the opportunity to choose between opportunities and between high value roles when you have the proper mentor and coach in place. Um,
yeah, yeah. So she got that one. Didn't like it. You feel me? Locked her in. Shout out Duran. I think it's Tom and
yes,
Tom. Hey, shout out my
yes,
boy Duran, man. I don't know how to say your last name, but he know who he is, man. Shout out Duran. So he locked her in, and yeah. So I personally got her. Well, I didn't. I did the mentor. She got her first one. Then I personally like locked her in with the second one.
yeah,
So
he helped.
that's the best testimonial right there. So y'all see this video, you want to get into tech sales. I don't care if you even just thinking about getting into tech sales. Now I'm not gonna work with you if you're not a 10 out of 10, but we gonna get you there. Like if you come to me like I'm a 7, I'm gonna hype you. I'm gonna get you right. We're gonna get you to a 10. We're gonna get into the why. So we can get into what's called the root cause analysis, where you go 7 layers deep into the why of what hurts you. We're gonna get you to that 10. So if you even just think about tech sales a little bit, reach out to me, reach out to Tia. We're gonna lock you in, we're gonna get you right. Prepare you, show you how to optimize your resume, your LinkedIn, show you how to get all type of stuff for free, show you the books and the list is just like this long. I promise. We can't even scratch the surface. So just reach out to me on LinkedIn if you want to get to tech sales, and we are going to get you into tech sales. Simple.
Absolutely. And so I think I know the answer to this next question that I'm going to ask you. I think I know the answer, but I'm asking anyway. Looking back, what are you most what are you most proud of? Like what's your proudest moment over the past year of everything that you've done?
If I get this AE role, that'll be it. But before that, helping so many people, it's just real. You know, walking in your purpose is real fulfilling. Like I know if nothing else, like if I don't do nothing else, I done help so many people change their life. And if I ain't helped them already, like get a new job, I taught them everything to where they know, like, okay, I know everything in order to get into tech sales. All I gotta do is do it. So having success as a BDR, like being twice as good as everybody and performing, like at the end of the day, I seen something I posted on LinkedIn. It was like when you pass away, when you transcend, it ain't gonna be on your tombstone 150% to quota. Anybody gonna care about that. But what
Yes,
is gonna matter, what's gonna last forever, is the impact that you have in people's lives.
absolutely. I knew that was going to be your answer.
You asked me like what makes you successful? My whole point of telling all that, that was my relentlessness. That was my tenacity, right? One of
Mhm.
those like you call somebody, they hang up on you, and then you like, "Oh, I think we just got disconnected. Knowing damn well they hung up on you. Like that's the type of person I am. Like I was gonna make it happen by
Yeah,
all means. I wasn't playing. I was gonna call the right people. I don't care if I gotta talk to the same lady 10 times over 2 months, and then she finally gave me the meeting just because she respected my hustle. That's the type of person I am.
kudos to you for that because I
You
am
should.
the complete opposite. I would not call back. I'm resilient in the sense that I'm gonna keep dialing, but I'm not gonna call that same person back. My last question. What are your goals for the coming year for both yourself and your mentees?
My goal for my mentees is for all of them to be successful and get them a role. We need as many success stories as possible. That's what it comes down to. Who is getting a job and who is not. That's what it comes down to. That's what I'm in it for. So changing their lives forever. For me, I want to continue to expand and grow in my business. I want to get into an AE role or just an extremely high paying SDR role. You mean just professionally or what?
Yeah, like for yourself professionally as well as your mentees, like what is your
Yeah.
next progression in your journey as a tech sales rep or just even, career wise?
Right. So that's my next step is to get to an account executive position or to just get to an extremely good product and company that I love being at, just leveling up. I don't really didn't did the first level. I might have did the first five levels, but it's time to go way up there. Like it's time to really do some amazing things. So I'm looking at my trajectory. So I done like a year ago, I think I was probably working at a pizza place a year ago as a manager. A year literally. I was working at a pizza place, didn't know what I was gonna do, and I just happened to see a YouTube video. Oh, that's what I want to do. I want to get more consistent on my YouTube. That's what I gotta do because I was focusing so much on my career that I started slacking on the YouTube. I'm like, man, I got 5,000 whatever followers. Like, whenever I'm ready to get back up and running, I'll do that. I already got that on lock. Like, I got that sold up. It's time to get my career right. So the career is like a vehicle, that main source of income, but the YouTube is what can really take off. Like you can make 5,000 off a 30-minute video. So that's what I want to do is document my journey more, level up my business, and then level up in my role too.
Just to recap on everything, it sounds like you've had an amazing year. You have made tremendous impact on not only like people that have funneled in through our last interview, but people that just find you or you find on LinkedIn. Can you go ahead and tell everyone how they can find you and how they can join your coaching and your mentorship program if they're interested in becoming an SDR or breaking into tech sales?
So I'm gonna make this real easy for y'all. We gonna put the link in the description. My name is also Azarre Henderson. If you're watching this, you can pull your phone out. AZARRE on Tia. You type in hers, Tia Rodriguez. Type either one of us, text either one of us, just say video. That's all you gotta do. Then I'm gonna set you up for a call, teach you everything. Whether you got money, you don't got money. I'm gonna get you right regardless. All you gotta do is text me on LinkedIn, add me, connect with me, say video, and it's a wrap. All right.
It's been a pleasure as always. Thank you for everything that you do and you continue to do selflessly. It's nowhere to go but up from here. And I'm just honored to be able to be a part of your journey, to have witnessed, what you have to offer as a coach and mentor. Of course, you guys know I don't have those, programs in place. It's just not for me. I have my hands full already, but I will definitely cheer y'all on. I will definitely connect you with Azuri, and I just cannot wait to see what the next year holds for you.
Thank you so much. Yes, a lot of success and elevation. I know it is on your end too. And that's what we're making this video for, is to make sure that it is on everybody else's end too. So text us what you want to do. Even if you just want some job interview tips, I don't care if it's not even text us. Reach out to us. We gonna help you. We appreciate y'all watching. I appreciate you interviewing me, Tia. You know we're gonna get up with them in the next one. And yeah, we out.
All right, y'all have a great one.